So let's go ahead and start finishing up these colors. These colors are not what we're looking for. So we're going to create three new colors. We'll call this blue 1. Okay. And it'll be color.init. We want this RGB. Alright. And I went through and I just figured out what these three colors were here. I can use any color picker to figure them out. So the colors we chose so far are 138/255, 190 over 255, and 234 over 255. Okay, and I will set this first one to be blue 1. Every 3 it's going to change, so hit resume, should be good to go. You'll see that first one update. Okay. Blue 2 will be 111, 148, and 182. Okay, we'll put that there. We'll put that there, and the last one is blue 3. And blue 3 will be 96, 152, and 202. 152 and 202. Hit resume, and we should get the colors that we were hoping for. Everything will clean right up. Blue 3. That should take care of that. Alright, so now we finished setting up these colors. This Africa does have a color, it's just green on green. And what I'll do is, I just canceled that build, that's why I failed. I'm going to get rid of this green now. I'm going to make this clear, so we can really get a feel for how it looks. Alright, stop here, play, see if it'll refresh for us. Doesn't seem to want to cooperate at this second, but that's okay. We'll keep moving right along, okay? So now that we set that up, let's go ahead and work on these views here, okay? So what I want to do is I want to create a view that we can make repeatable like this. So I'm going to create a new view. I'm going to do Command-N, a new SwiftUI view. We'll call this location or large location button. There we go. Alright, I'm going to create. Now we have our large location button. And we can resume this to take a peek at what our large location button looks like. And obviously it's just going to be the standard hello world screen because that's the default. So what I want to do instead is I want to create an H-stack, or we'll do a V-stack. And the V-stack will have, first it'll have an image. Okay, I'll give it just some random default image for now. System name, I just like to use this one. Okay, and we'll put a text under, actually we'll put an H-stack underneath it. Okay, because right now we're replicating this. So we'll put something on this side, something on that side. So we have an H-stack there too. Okay, and what we'll do is in the H-stack we'll put a V-stack, a spacer, and another V-stack. Because we have a V-stack, we have some space, and then we have another V-stack right here, okay? And I'll put a text inside of that one. This one will say title, we'll say city, okay? And underneath it we'll say cost. We'll change these with the real numbers, but right now we're just setting up what things will look like. And in this one it'll say ratings. And we'll do rating text again. We'll try again and see what it's telling us. It seems like we have one extra, one of these somewhere. Let's try that again. Resume. There it is. It doesn't look like what we're looking for, but we're getting there. So the next thing we're going to do is, under this whole V-stack, maybe we'll put some padding. Okay, that'll bring everything in a little bit. We'll give the whole thing a background color of orange for now. Okay, And we'll go through and just kind of format some of these. So we'll have this one, we'll have a font system. We're going to want maybe a size 30 font with a bold weight. Get rid of that. There we go. And underneath it, that's actually probably pretty good. But notice that they're stacking, with their centers are aligned. Instead, I actually want to say alignment. We'll say align the leading ends. So now you'll notice that they're almost left aligned once I close that up. Now the left is aligned, okay? And that's a lot better. That's kind of what we're hoping for there. And then I do like I just want to change this to gray for the cost. So say dot foreground color, it'll be dot gray. That's what we're hoping for right there, okay? The next thing we'll do is we'll take this image and we'll say dot frame, and we'll say its height is going to be equal to maybe 300. It's a little too big, so maybe 200. Okay, and we will go ahead and say we'll give that a background of color dot green. I like things that really stand out, okay? The next thing we'll do is we actually want to put this image here. We'll put it inside of a geometry reader. Okay. And geometry reader is going to let us make it as big as possible. So we'll say that its height is going to be 200. We'll get back to the geometry reader just because it's going to be too much hassle at this point in time. So we'll leave it at this for now. Okay, so that gives us the height. And just to fix this up here, if you think about it, this rating isn't going to be the text of the word rating. Instead, it's going to be an H stack. And that H stack is going to be, well, the number of stars is dependent on how many stars this place has. So let's go ahead and we can actually start to implement that. So for each, and then we'll say 0 dot dot less than 4, and we'll just add an image of system name star. Let's see. We'll shade that in. And there we go. We can even do star.fill. So that's kind of how we would access what we needed in the closure, but we don't actually really need to access anything, so we do this. And we might maybe change just the foreground color to, I'm not going to do red, we use this initializer. And yellow is red and green together, so what we can do is maybe a 220 over 255 for the red and the green, maybe a 0 for the blue. So that's not a bad, we can get a better yellow later, it's not really a big concern right now. And then this rating for text here is actually 2 next to each other, so what we'll do is we'll make that an H stack as well. That's going to have text, and that text is going to say, well, there'll be 2 there, so the first one will say, let's say 1000 plus ratings, and the next one will say 3.5 out of 5, and we're starting to get there. Maybe for this VStack, what we need to do is we'll have this one say alignment is equal to trailing, meaning the right side. Okay, it's looking better. And we'll have this one. We will give this H stack here a width, say frame width of, let's say 80. Let's see what that comes out to. We need more than that. You can tell by this blue box, make it 120. Realistically, it probably has a max width of 150. There you go. Once you include one more star, so that's not a bad width. So we'll make this a frame width of 150, okay? And And so then what we'll do is we'll take this, and we'll get it to look kind of like what we want it to look like in the end. So that's probably going to be maybe just a slightly larger. We'll say dot, let's go ahead and say dot font. It's going to be system font of maybe 20. And that's the only thing we really need. We don't need to worry about weight or anything like that. So it's 3.5 out of 5, for example. We'll make this say 4 so the two match up. Not that it really matters at this point in time. We'll say 4.5 right now, okay? And we'll give this a final frame. We're going to give it a width of, how does 50 look? 50 is not bad. Let's go ahead and just call it 60 so it has some room in there. And what that means is we'll give this one a width of, dot frame width of 90. The reason I chose 90 was because 90 plus the 60 will end up being the 150. So that is just about what we're looking for right there. And we can make this just a little smaller, this 1000 plus rating. We can say dot foreground, ground color, that'll be gray. Okay, and we can even make this font system of size. Let's make this 12. Okay, and we can even make this a little smaller, just because I want it to bump down a line there. I like that. I think that looks a little cleaner. Okay, and let's get rid of this orange. It's kind of a pain in the eyes. So make it, gray won't work either. So we'll do one more initializing of this red, green, blue, and I'm going to do like a 0.9. The reason I'm doing 0.9 is because one is white. So this is like a very, very light gray. It's light enough that we can still see the regular gray on top of it. So this is starting to look a lot like this, as you can see. So maybe the next thing we want to do up top is we need to, if you can imagine, we're going to put a corner radius on this entire VStack, okay? Dot corner radius. And it's probably going to have a corner radius of about 10. We need to make sure that, well, corner radius needs to go, order is important, so corner radius needs to go at the very end. And as you can see, we now have, if you scroll over and zoom, we got that corner radius right there. That's exactly what we're looking for, okay? So now, what I can do is I can hop over here to home view again. Once this preview loads, there we go, finally got it working. Now that is starting to look a lot like what we were trying to make in this preview. You see that? Just got some coloring changes we still need to wrap up, okay? And this is going to start populating these once I change this one line. Instead of saying this is the VStack, what we'll do is we will do another for each, okay? For each. And we'll say from 0, let's just say up to 3, okay? And what we will put inside of here is a large location button. Let's go ahead and see what that looks like. It's going to try to update for us. Once it decides it wants to work, it looks good on there. It's really struggling to load just because we have a lot of things building up on the screen now. So we'll see if it'll load for us, and if it won't, we'll go ahead and take a preview in the next one. So what I want you to end with is having large locate. I want you to have this, where we have the text, the blue text, that this is a VStack, this is a VStack. What I want you to do is I want you to put this inside instead. For each, we'll run through this 3 times. We'll put 3 large location buttons, all right? We will get to previewing it in the next one and figure out why this is lagging so hard. All right, I'll see you in the next video.